So normally the FBI and the Department of Justice, they're not very creative with names of operations and stings that they run. But this one's great. It was called Operation Cookie Monster. Now, I'm not going to do the impersonation, but I really want to. I'm just terrible at it. And it was all designed around taking down a marketplace called Genesis that has been around since 2018. And they'd stolen more than 80 million credentials from about 1.5 million computers. But what were they? Well, they were considered an initial access broker or an IAB. And they're one of the ways that criminals buy access into computer networks, so into small businesses, into enterprises, so that they can launch large-scale attacks. Could be ransomware, could be cyber espionage, could just be poking around, seeing what they can get and doing exfiltration without even hitting them with ransomware. But this marketplace was amazing. It was so easy to use. You could search by banking, social media, email. You had access to credentials, and they even sold device fingerprints. So they would actually go in and steal the device identifiers and the cookies, which is where the Operation Cookie Monster comes from. They would steal the cookies, so you could actually bypass multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication for a lot of websites. So it could be an Instagram account, could be a 365 email account, could be Google account. And they use this information to then, like I said, gain access to company networks and launch their cyber attacks. This marketplace was used all over the world. And the FBI worked with 45 field offices in the United States and multiple international organizations around the world, a lot of it tied to Europe. They took down a majority of the infrastructure, at least all the infrastructure that they know about. There is chatter that they didn't get every administrator from Genesis, so this marketplace may spring back up, but it's pretty amazing what they accomplished in this. And this is like the third major IAB they've taken down in the last couple of years, and it's really good for us. They even took all that information and they put it on Have I Been Pwned. So if you use the service Have I Been Pwned, you can go in there and search for your email address and see if it was part of that, also part of other breaches as well. And but the best part about how they ended this is, and I'll read this because it's pretty funny. They're like, if you've been active on the Genesis market, or if you've been in contact with Genesis market administrators, or have been a victim and need to report it, you can email the FBI. And they gave their email. So yes, if you've used the Genesis marketplace, bought credentials into a network, you should definitely email the FBI. I don't know why they ended with that. But again, this is really good news. It doesn't necessarily mean that Genesis is gone forever, but at least now they've really crippled their infrastructure and taken down one of the easiest ways to buy access into your networks. So if you have questions, comments, drop them down below. We can talk deeper about it. It was really good this was taken down. Have a good weekend and stay cyber safe.